Announcing this, yeah. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Videoland Express Live with your hosts, Ferenki-san and Mark. And let's go straight to the show as we have a lot to talk about. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the show. We cut the theme, boom, because we have to get into the show. 2 quick announcements. We're going to talk about some good movies, some bad movies. I'll do a quick recap, and then by demand, people say we want more phone calls, but we also want to know where is your website. So let's go to the website, and let's take a look at that. Okay, that's our blog. That's cool. Okay, let's start off with that. That's a blog. Every day, I put up articles of interest what we're going to be talking about, pictures and video clips and stuff. But the main thing, if you look at the right-hand corner, you see Blog Talk Radio. I did the premiere show for the summer, the big summer show 2014, and the show is playing right now. So if you go there after the show at 5:30, when we go off the air, you go to Blog Talk Radio, to that widget. You can click on the little button there, and you can hear the show. Blog Talk Radio, some people were having a hard time trying to find the actual page with the radio show on. Now you just go to a blog page. I announced, like yesterday, hey, the live show is playing right now on Blog Talk Radio. And you go to the widget and you can listen to the show. Now, where all the other information? Well, all that is on our website. Let's see if we can bring that up. There's the brand new website. A lot of complaints was like it was too cluttered and you had links all over the place. And now I put it in 4 or 5 different categories on top. And the main ones, where am I on Google+? Well, there's the blog, there's the community page. If you scroll down, you'll see our Godzilla community, which has really taken off. And you have to join Google+. It's like joining Facebook, join Google+, and then once you become a member, boom, or you can join YouTube, right? And once you join YouTube, automatically become Google+. And see, that's how all that looks. See, fans are putting stuff up there. I even talk about a book. Somebody decided to put Lord Help Me. I don't know why that came up, but it's a very positive site. A lot of people help each other. You see a lot of drawings, a lot of videos, a lot of fan-made stuff. Remember that famous Godzilla jump? Yeah, who could forget that? So this is really, really heavily fan-based, okay? And although people put up other communities that are related of kaiju, big monsters and games, video games and stuff like that. And I talked to a lot of these people. They're really great fans of this stuff. So that's something that I started about 8 months ago or something like that. And we had about 99 people. And over the couple months, it's gone over 500. Pretty soon, we're going to hit 600. So if you want to join this community site, join Google. And you see the link that's on our website, right on the first page, on the home page. And you go and join our community. And if you just want to join, you don't have anything to put up, that's fine, you know. Just plus everybody, you know. A lot of people really go out of the way to put up, the really, really original stuff up there. So, and with that being said, we're a brand new show. Okay, we announced last week. Okay, this is our second show for the summer. We both thought Lego movie was awesome. Captain America, Godzilla, X-Men, and the one film that's not getting a break, Edge of Tomorrow, Tom Cruise, which is a complete bomb. We both agreed that those are the best films of the year so far, and now we're going to get to our top 5 worst of the year. And Mark has some 1 or 2 topics he wants to talk about, and then we're going to get right into the phone call. So, Mark, let's talk about your really bad movies of the year.
Well, I was going to talk about the positive movies and then get into negative movies.
Okay, talk about the positives.
Okay, I'll hit the positives. Well, not so much positive, but movies I'm looking forward to. These are positive aspects. That the out of the week blockbuster films that are coming out this summer, the films I'm looking forward to. This is just my my little interest in Hercules, Sin City 2, The Expendables 2, Teenage Ninja Mutant Turtles, and I already saw Edge of Tomorrow. Some of the films you said you might be interested in are the Transformers: Edge of Extinction, Guardians of the Galaxy,
yes,
and Snowpiercer.
Okay, Snowpiercer is a movie. Somebody was nice enough to send me a digital copy. Snowpiercer is a movie starring Captain America himself, Chris Evans. And somebody sent me a digital copy while I was away in Puerto Rico in April. It was a digital copy from Europe, believe it or not. Now, I don't know if this is the uncut version. That movie played about like 2 hours and 15 minutes. They said it was going to go straight to video, and the movie has been a huge hit overseas, over 200 million. And the Weinstein's picked up the rights, and now they finally got a release date. It's very futuristic. It's Matrix meets anime, meets a lot of movies from the 70s, like Blade Runner. Blade Runner, Soylent Green, Logan's Run. Okay, and basically what it's about is society is completely kaput. Everybody lives on this one train, and all the poor people live in at the end of the train. And Chris Evans says, well, how come the rich are getting all the good caviar and everything like that? And he decides to get a band of guys and to confront the guys up in front, or all the rich. So it's kind of a journey on the train and his own society. It's a movie not for everyone. I can say that least, okay? And so there is 1 or 2 gross aspects. That's why I mentioned Soylent Green, if you know what that movie's about. But it's really intelligent. It's a great double feature with Edge of Tomorrow. It's not some slam bang popcorn movie. Personally, I think maybe it should have been released for November because of the drama aspects and it's within the sci-fi aspects. But it's really intelligent movie. Chris Evans, people pick on him saying, he's okay at Captain America. He's not a great actor. Even he says, listen, I'm not going to prove anything to anybody. I'm going to cable TV. They already gave him offers to produce cable TVs. But I thought he was really great in here. Mr. Doctor Who, John Hurt, the guy with the exploding alien coming out of him. And of course, Ed Harris as the big bad boss. And a lot of other faces you recognize, but you don't know the names. For me, I can't remember them. It's a great cast. Snowpiercer is going to be really underground. I know it's not going to do good over here, but like Edge of Tomorrow, it's really intelligent sci-fi. So I really got to give a shout out to this movie. This movie is already in my top 10. Like I said, I saw the import from Europe, and it's coming out in the U.S. I'm glad it did get a release date. But if you don't see it, definitely Netflix or some kind of rental, okay? That, for me, is going to be the highlight for the next couple of weeks. I think it's coming out next Saturday when we're on the air. But anyway, that is the one picture that we saw ahead of time, which I recommend. The only one I don't recommend on this list is Hercules. The other Hercules, the Legend of Hercules, that was a waste of time.
Yeah,
Why?
It was probably terrible because no one really knew who the actor was. But, I'm thinking it might have some positive impact because it has The Rock, Dwayne Johnson in. And most films, people put Dwayne Johnson in. His personality brings it through. I can really say this because the last movie I saw with him, which I felt was really had an impact, was Pain and Gain. It was so hysterical.
That was a great movie.
It was a great movie.
Another one underrated.
Who would have thought this movie was funny, entertaining? It had so many different aspects. It was basically about a murder crime that went on in what was it, in Miami?
In Miami, based on a true story.
Based on a true story, but with Dwayne Johnson, he was able to give the character a funny edge to it. That's why everything that he basically is in, it gives it an appeal. It's sort of like a Schwarzenegger appeal.
Yeah.
You put him in a movie, and it sort of improves the movie. It doesn't make it so heavily dramatic. It doesn't make it so heavy. What's the other movie? They said when he started in the Fast and the Furious movies. Yeah. They said that the franchise actually shot up.
Yeah, he brought it up a notch. I think they're trying to connect him to the Scorpion King when he got started. And I didn't. Okay, you had to start somewhere, and that was not a good movie. Okay, right. And that was a spinoff. I know, but it's just I think his talent's being wasted in this. I know.
Well, let's give it a chance. You never know. It could end up becoming like Conan. Everybody saw that when Arnold Schwarzenegger did Conan, they wasted a lot of money on this Dino De Laurentiis film, and they were amazed. They said, this movie isn't going to go anywhere. They spent a lot of money. I think it stopped and started, and it went way over budget.
Right.
For Conan.
Right.
And then it was a success.
Yeah.
It was amazing. It was a surprise. So, let's give it a little room, and maybe it can grow into something.
Watch nobody will see this.
Well, The Edge of Tomorrow was great, and still nobody
went to see that. Okay.
Sin City 2, Sin City 1 was great.
Yeah.
This is the kind of films we like. It didn't do that well in the box office.
But at least we got a 2 out of it.
It's sort of like Blade Runner. It picks up, kind of a kitsch and everybody starts to enjoy it. And there's a
Right.
movie you see over and over again. Expendable 3, a lot of people didn't like 1 or 2, but they keep making because it's sort of like you go in there, you leave your brain at the door, and you enjoy it.
But also, it does really good overseas in Europe. A lot of these movies are so dependent on
The American.
and yeah, it really depends
On the cast.
and the cast, and you know
Who they are, you know, it makes a big difference.
like
So
right-
in Europe, people
right.
love American actors.
Like right now, we're waiting for Godzilla to cross the 500 million mark. Now, if we're getting a sequel, it depends on how much more money that this Godzilla can make before they give the okay on the budget for the next Godzilla movie. Everybody knows Pacific Rim made over $100 million in China. And right now, Godzilla hasn't made that much money in China as of yet.
Wow.
But a lot of these movies are so dependable on
Overseas market.
overseas market, and that's why a lot of these movies are getting made. Expendables 3, right? Because this all-star cast really draws in the money overseas, and that's why a lot of these movies are being made because of the overseas market.
Yeah,
So
I'm a Dolph Lundgren fan. I'm a Stallone fan when it comes to this. You know, it harkens back to that movie Predator with Schwarzenegger.
yeah,
When
that
they
was
had
fun.
that ensemble cast, they go into the
Yeah.
mountains to save some people. At one point, they get attacked by an invisible predator. They level a huge chunk of forest with all these over-adapted weapons, and they mow it down. They mow down the forest, and what do they hit? Nothing. Zero. Nada. But they expend the amount of weapons they expend. That it's more firepower than you see during the whole rest of the movie.
Right.
Amazing.
Okay, and let's see. We wrap that up. Let's want to
Where do we go to the films you don't want to see, or
there's a lot of films I don't want to see. We know that already. Okay,
oh, bad
that's a
movies.
lot
Oh,
of money,
there's
especially with
a lot.
the 3D. I mean, if you go to the website, the best and worst, I already got like almost like maybe about 8 films that I thought are my top 10 of the year so far. And there's not many on the worst list. And people say, well, where are the worst films? Because there's too many to fit on the page. There's too many. Talk about bad films of the year. Here's one right off the bat I started with, Divergent. Okay? A Hunger Games wannabe, and we're going to get a trilogy out of this?
well, did it do well in the box office?
did
well.
huge.
Huge numbers, right?
Huge numbers.
Like
Jeez,
we
so much
said before,
watching
we
this
said it
crap.
once, we said it a million times. The movie theaters are going to go back to the ladies. It's not about the bunch of muscle heads who go and see the Expendables 3, because they don't want to see us going to theater. They don't care about us.
Mm-hmm.
They want to see the young ladies going to the movies because they know they're going to waste more money. Most of us, if we want action, we're going to
Breaking my
go
heart
to
over here.
we go to a paintball game. That's what's going to happen. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. You know, we're going to hope that hopefully most of you fanboys out there will realize this and come to this conclusion, because sometimes the movie theater experience is horrible. Most of you guys will come up with fan fiction or fan movies and just make them yourself. Broadcast it to us so that we don't have to leave our homes.
Yeah.
Or sell it to Netflix, please, because I really think that I enjoyed Blade Runner as a movie, but it's a very few, a diminished amount of people who would say they love that film,
That's,
Blade Runner.
That's a
right?
film that gets a very critical mass. I mean, right, it's split down right down in the middle, and it depends which version you saw. If you saw the one,
The director's cut.
the director's cut, where there is no overdub by Harrison
Yeah.
Ford, okay, the diehards choose that type. Then you got the one with the overdub with Harrison Ford, and then you got the happy ending with Harrison Ford said, well, I guess we all dream of electric sheep, and what, is he human or he's a robot? And the happy ending is that, you know, he's human and he walks away, he drives away with the girl at the end, with, you know. And so that film always had different versions and different conflicts with a lot of different people. I mean, if you want to have a real good argument at a dinner party, Blade Runner is one of the best of them, because
that's great.
that conversation just goes straight down the middle. It's like, what's that other movie? Safety Guaranteed. And that has to do with time travel. And why am I mentioning him? Because he's the one who got the directing job for Jurassic Park. And talk about time travel, there was a film called Looper with Bruce Willis and Gordon Levitt Jr. I forgot his name.
Yeah, Gordon Levitt.
Gordon
That's
Levitt.
fine.
Okay.
We know what we're talking about.
Okay, and the director of Looper, and we found out this was announced yesterday on Friday, that he's going to be directing Star Wars. The last 2 episodes.
Oh, wow.
The last 2 movies. So apparently,
Incredible.
And people said, well, you don't like Looper, right?
No, I didn't like it. They made this big hype about Looper. I'm sorry. I can be one of the few people who say I'm a fan of both these actors. Die Hard series. I liked him in the Die Hard series. I'm a fan of him. But this movie just didn't go anywhere. It was ridiculous. It was a time-traveling movie where he goes back to the past or the future and kills himself. They bring him back from the future to the past where he can try to shoot himself. It's ridiculous. It didn't go anywhere. They sort of tried to build it up like a Blade Runner-esque type movie, but it just didn't go anywhere.
Okay, it was a little ridiculous. I love time travel movies no matter how stupid they are, okay?
You don't care whether or not they're stupid or not, as long as they have time traveling.
Time travel, that's why I love X-Men. You got the robots and you got time travel. I was good, okay? And a bunch of new mutants. I was good. Sometimes you can, like I said, if you want a good, deep conversation, you want a good argument at the dinner table, bring up time travel because nobody's ever right, okay? They try to, Back to the Future is considered like one of the best time travel movies, and there's so many glitches in there. The times like the doc who knows about time travel didn't know this was going to happen, so there's always an argument in there. If you ever get in a conversation with somebody time travel, if the other person says he's right, let him be right because he's the jerk because there's no right in time travel, okay? But for me, as an escape thing, I think it's just pure fun. It's just dumb fun. Okay, but the thing that got to me was a lot of people did not like Looper, and that was really well said on the internet. And why did Disney pick this guy to do the last two movies of Star Wars? Nobody can answer that. And people ask me another question: Why is JJ only doing one Star Wars movie when he did two Star Trek? He was not a Star Trek fan, and he gave up the third movie just to get into the Star Wars franchise. He loved it when he was a kid, and he said he was going to do all three, and all of a sudden, the only thing I can think of is that his TV shows have been getting canceled left and right, and he has got a lot of money invested in TV. And that's why, when he did the Star Trek movie, he did not want to have a Star Trek TV series. They wanted to do an independent Star Trek TV series, and J.J. Abrams said, no, I have my movies. There's not going to be two. Once Star Trek movie's over, then I think about having a TV series. He didn't want the franchise being split in two. He wanted to concentrate on movies.
So what was he looking towards? Once the franchise of the movies dies, then he's going to go back to TV?
Well, he left it all because Paramount wanted, CBS, the acquired right holders, should I say, they wanted a TV series. And J.J. Abrams, okay, screw everybody. I'm jumping ship. It's going to be executive producer because I signed the contract. I have somebody else direct your friggin' film. I'm jumping to Star Wars. Jeez. Well, he did Star Wars, and now he's not going to do the last two movies. The only thing I can come up with, trying to put all the points together, is that the TV shows have been getting canceled. And there's a lot of money in TV syndication rights when the show gets renewed for 2-3 years, and then it goes into syndication rights. For example, Big Bang Theory. The ratings went up once that show got repeated on TNT. TV is funny, right? There was a new crowd, a new audience, and
a wider audience,
and their salaries tripled. These guys are going to retire billionaires when this friggin' show is over.
Yeah, it's amazing because cable, for some reason, has a wider audience. It brings into a bigger pot than regular broadcast TV. What's the most you can get on a viewership on regular television, on broadcast television?
Right now, the record holder is Big Bang Theory at 22, but everybody else...
22 million?
22, but that's a record holder for the past 2 seasons, only because everybody else... Maybe Dancing with the Stars would get 17 million, but it's like a fad, right? Maybe the final episode of American Idol gets 15, but most TV shows only get about 10 million. Anybody who shows...
I always thought it was less. Most television shows, because a lot of these TV shows are horrible.
Well, that's the hit. If there's a big hit on TV, that would get
there's
like
very few big hits on TV.
Exactly. That's why a lot of shows are getting canceled.
Yeah, you can count the amount of hits of TV, like hits, 5 maybe, less.
Right.
They were trying to quote Brooklyn Nine-Nine as a big mega hit because it got an Emmy for the funniest show. Like it was a funny. It's not funny, and they even changed the time slot.
Well, that was
now you don't know where it is.
That was 8 million. It went down to about 7 million, 6 million.
Viewers?
But Fox is still holding on to it because they got to save face. Because even Fox and NBC, they both had 2 shows ready to premiere. One show in particular, I forgot what channel, either Fox or Channel 4. They filmed 6 episodes, and before those 6 episodes even premiered, they canceled the show. They didn't give it any.
Nice.
They didn't even give it no chance, no hope. That's how desperate they are for the ratings.
Yep.
Why? Because and this one comes out to what I said before was happening. The box office is like 25% off. X-Men just cleared 200 million. That should have cleared 300 million. Look, awesome. Lego movie, okay? That's based on a toy. How the hell did that make 250 million?
Kids.
Kids, yeah.
Yeah, because kids.
Because
kids
everybody
are
else is
bitter.
staying home. They're staying home to watch cable.
Yeah. That's why I say my movie experience is horrible. I hate going to the movies. That's why, if anything, you don't see too many fanboys in there. Your movie experience it's got to be the worst. It's so expensive. It's to see a movie nowadays in New York. It's maybe it's $14, $8 a matinee, $14 if you see it regular time afternoon. That's a horrible experience. You go in there, people putting their Facebook, cell phones. It's a pitch dark room, and all of a sudden someone turns it on, and all your concentration goes right at that phone. It's a horrible experience. You know, people still bringing babies crying. I see some people bringing pizza and they're eating pizza. Or the worst is when they bring in their chicken wings and they're eating chicken wings right there from aluminum foil.
That gets me jealous, man. It gets me hungry. I'm trying to see a film.
How could it get you jealous? You could smell it. You can't concentrate on the movie. The hot sauce is going right into your
Gotta have the hot sauce. Gotta have the hot sauce. Well, for example, getting back from Puerto Rico, I saw this I saw Godzilla. And a regular family movie house. No 3D, no IMAX, nothing, right? Saw it in the afternoon, $575, okay? And that's the first weekend it came out. I caught up, came back to New York in the second weekend, saw it in a big IMAX 3D theater. I took Tammy out because she wanted to see Bryan Cranston. She's a big Breaking Bad fan. She wants to see him in Godzilla. Fine. Cost me $42 for a pair of tickets to see Godzilla 3D. Now, he's worth it. Would I see that for any other movie coming? Not even The Hobbits or Hunger Games is going to get me on that one.
Nope. Yeah, you see, because that's what I'm telling you. The more intelligent viewer, like the fanboy, he knows more about this before the movie comes out. He probably even seen it. So by the time he was going to go to the movie theater, he's already researched it, he's seen it. Now he probably wants to see it on the big screen, and if it's not worth it, he's not going to go see it.
Well, that's what killed the Amazing Spider-Man. All the fanboys showed up. That's why it made so much huge money. And of the one particular weekend, it was the #1 movie in the world. Yeah, for 3 days. By Monday, the movie started going downhill. The word got out.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
I'm sad to say it was awful. But I know a lot of kids loved it.
Well, the fanboys showed up. The kids loved it, and the fanboys, they showed up the first weekend. Next thing you know, Spider-Man is dropping down to #3, then #5.
It probably got on all those blog spots, and they probably told them, don't see this movie. It's just terrible.
Yeah, well, it's the fans telling each other, listen, man, this is a disappointment. The hardcore fanboys always deny. They say, oh, it was a great movie, you got to go see it.
Then denial.
Then the denial, of course. And then, but the second fanboy's like, this is the best that Hollywood could do. So it doesn't even matter what the critics could say. Look, all the critics love Edge of Tomorrow, and somebody said, oh, it's a repeat of Groundhog Day. Well, that killed it.
Yes.
Stay home.
Yeah. People will just automatically say, oh, it's Groundhog Day. Why even see it?
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Yeah, it was.
And it was a good film.
Okay. We got 5 minutes left. Anybody out there want to give us a call?
You can if you want. But are you going to really be interested? Are you interested in any of these movies I named out?
Yeah.
Or what about the Transformers? I'm sorry to say that Transformers, the 1 and 2 and 3, have been really disappointing.
Well, see, that's all, for me, it's like family tradition, okay? The big, giant whatevers beating the shit out of each other. I'm there. I'm not expecting anything, okay?
Really?
This time it was supposed to be robotic dinosaurs.
And Marky Mark?
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm
a Marky Mark fan?
I'm a fan, okay? Yeah, for his performance in Pain and Gain, yeah. I mean, he was hysterical. I mean, if you didn't see that film, I definitely recommend it. I don't know why that got so many bad reviews.
Well, it's hysterical. It's sort of like, when you see Pain and Gain, it's sort of like seeing the Jersey Shore, you know, like meatheads. And people like, I guess, say meatheads, because then you make fun of meatheads and you say, oh, at least I'm smarter than this guy, like by 1 IQ point.
Yeah. But which reminds me, how come nobody went to see Jersey Boys? Jersey Boys is already. Oh, let's talk about the top 10 this weekend. I didn't even know this movie came out. Think Like a Man is going to make $35 million this weekend.
Ooh, anyone see the first one?
I didn't even know about the first one.
Oh my God.
Okay, 22 Jump Street. That's going to clear $100 million. I didn't
Did you like the first one?
I hated the first one.
Did you say you hate Jonah Hill?
I'm not a Jonah Hill fan. You know, when he got burnt to a crisp, and This Is the End, I loved it. Okay, overrated for a Wolf of Wall Street. I can't believe he got nominated. Oh, the Dragon movie. Dragon number
Dragon,
2.
How to Train Your Dragon 2.
Yeah, it's barely going to clear 150. It's going to die at about less than $200 million. I don't think we're going to get a third sequel.
Sort of like the Shrek movies. They're going to continue to go on, and when people forget it, they'll make another one.
But I would say, if you love dragons, which I do, I like this movie. It was cute. A solid 3 out of 5. You'll see a lot of dragons. As a matter of fact, there's a big, giant white dragon that can go up against Godzilla. One of my guest hosts, David Skonik, reminded me of that when he did the Black Talk radio show with me. He said, "Hey, Frank, you should mention that this is a big dragon that could fight Godzilla." And Jersey Boys, it premiered at number 4. It's not even going to see 20 million this weekend.
That's ridiculous.
Clint Eastwood has a big bomb on his hands. Nobody is interested. And I'm not going to even sing
So
the
it's
song.
it's more or less like a Broadway show. It's just a Broadway cabaret, and you shouldn't really put it in a movie theater.
From what I read, the rating, like Rotten Tomatoes, everybody say if you go spend your money on the Broadway show, avoid the movie version.
Yeah, so in other words, it's like a concert.
Yeah, and everybody says, why is Dirty Harry doing a version movie? Well, a Broadway version of the movie, well, let me tell you why. Because a lot of people don't realize he was even got an Oscar nomination for doing the soundtrack for Mystic River. He is a singer-songwriter. He does play the piano and the guitar. He did the Charlie Bird movie.
Yes.
It was Forrest Whitaker who got nominated for that. And
he can't get a break.
Can't get a break. And also did one of his earlier movies back in the 70s, Hunky Tonk Man.
Yes, I remember that.
Where he actually sang, played guitar, and wrote his own songs. So he's a musician.
I was shocked when I saw that. I said, what the hell is this? When is he going to punch somebody out?
Yeah, I mean, that was kind of a different movie.
Yeah, it was basically a movie about him. It's sort of like when you saw Stallone in Rhinestone.
Exactly. Well, see, look, he can't sing, can't play, he can't do nothing. Okay,
Who's Stallone?
Stallone, yeah. Stay away from that. But Clint Eastwood does have a background as a musician. As a matter of fact, and Warner Brothers Studios, they have a section. One of the sound stages is known as Warner Brothers Sound Stages, music stage. They call it the official Clint Eastwood Music Studio.
Jeez.
Okay, that's a big compliment. There used to be the Warner Brothers sound recording studio.
But you told me recording studios are pretty much dead.
Well, when they compose for big orchestras for movies, those are pretty much alive.
Okay.
When it comes to recording albums, everybody does it on a laptop.
Okay, so it's pretty much pretty much over. So
that part of the industry is pretty much dead. Yeah.
Oh,
But when you record live jazz musicians, studios are still in effect. When you record big orchestra sounds for TV shows and for movies, those are very much alive. Mm-hmm. You know, but these studios are huge, and they need a big sound studio stage to have like at least anywhere from 50 to 75 to 100 piece orchestra. You know, for composing music for movies, should I say.
So to wrap it up, what do you have to say?
We're going to be live in 2 weeks. Okay, I show you the website. I show you the blog. All the links are there. On the blog, you have the radio show, the widget, the link for the radio show. There's a show I recorded last night at the last minute. I put that up. I go into more details like we were saying today. And that's about it. And we see you in 2 weeks.
Yeah, and I just say to you, fanboys, please make some movies. All right, till next time, I'm Mark.
And for Ranky-san, thanks everybody for tuning in. And we'll see you in 2 weeks.